Boy, what's going on, you guys? Hope everybody can hear me. Hold on. Hit that like button. You come on in. If it's choppy, let me know. Yes. Hold on. Did you guys hit one in the chat if you can hear me? Yeah, we got to talk about it, you guys. We got to talk about it. Hit that like button for your boy, man. He got us up real late tonight. Hold on, man. Let me make sure. Does it sound like it's uh yo? Yeah, it sounds like it's kind of like you said you bet on Canelo. No Canelo, man. Spence fans mad as fuck tonight. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Terence Crawford just obtained his fourth uh, title in his fourth weight class, and then arguably his toughest fight of his career against Israil Madrimov. I don't know why it sounded like that. Yeah, Israil Madrimov. You said Boost beats that. Nah, he ain't fucking with Bud. Boost ain't proven to even go up and wait and do anything like that yet. Okay, you can hear me very clearly. Okay, that's good. That's good. All right, that's all I need to know. Yeah, man. Wow. You said you told me about, but you said you told me decision. Madrimov was tough, bro. He was literally the toughest. He was the toughest opponent in Bud's career for sure. Um, just herky jerk style, constantly moving the whole time. He was catching Bud with a lot of shots. Bud got caught with a lot of right hands. Madrimov didn't telegraph a lot of those shots. He was throwing and he was catching Bud quite a bit in the fight. Bud showed a lot of resilience. But man, before we even talk about Bud, a lot of other fights happened tonight. Hold on, let me see. A lot of other fights happened tonight, other than the Crawford Madrimov, of course. Jared Big Baby Anderson lost today. I mean, what the hell? Jared Big Baby Anderson took a L today. You know what I'm saying? Went up against a dude who I feel like is the modern day, the George Foreman, the way he was looking in there, the way he was fighting. Bacoli just blasted Jared Big Baby Anderson. And Top Rank would have never put Big Baby Anderson in there with such an opponent. That's what they did, and he lost that fight. Andy Cruz had his toughest fight. I think a lot of dudes had their toughest fights tonight. Pitbull's Cruz lost tonight against El Rayo, call him El Mayweather. He went out there and styled and profiled on Pitbull Cruz, took his belt. I mean, everybody had a tough fight tonight. Andy Ruiz had a tough night against Jarrell Miller. You know what I'm saying? Every fight was tough tonight. You know what I'm saying? Even Bud Crawford, the pound for pound king, had his toughest fight against Israel Mamidrov. Morrell did look terrible. Man, everybody looked bad tonight, man. Ain't nobody looked good tonight. The only person that looked good was El Rayo. You know what I'm saying? Everybody looked bad tonight. I think 168 is gonna be tough. I think 168 is gonna be tough for Bud. If I'm honest. I'm just being honest. I think it's gonna be tough for him. Even though Canelo don't fight like me, Jamal. Canelo don't bounce around. Canelo don't have that kind of energy, but he has explosiveness. Crawford can't make no mistakes against that kind of guy. Yeah, it was a tough fight for Terence Crawford, for sure. It was a tough night. It was a tough fight. It was a lot tougher than Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot tougher than the Spence fight. You say he shouldn't go up to 68. Yeah, man. I don't know, man. Yeah, Canelo don't fight like Madrimov at all, but Madrimov proved to be really tough, really durable. I feel like Crawford could have hurt him. He was hurting him in the fight, but I think he hurt him kind of too late in the fight to where it really had an effect, a lasting effect to where he could have got him out of it. So yeah, 154 is a different animal for Bud for sure. It's a tougher challenge for him. And yeah, You said Bud came in too confident, to be honest. You said 154 might be Bud's limit. I think it might be. You guys hit that like button for your boy. I think 154 might be his limit, bro. And Madrimov did look bigger, right? Despite how he looked prior to the fight, the weigh-in and everything, he did look to be the bigger guy. By the time they got in that ring. Hold on, let me see. Madrimov was tough, man. He was real tough. Looking like Triple G Jr. You know what I'm saying? Bud was happy he got that one. Dude was tough, man. A lot of people showed up. It was a hell of an event. The Eminem was unnecessary, in my opinion. But I get it. You know what I'm saying? It was a hell of an event. All the stars was out. You know what I'm saying? Salute to Damone Dames for the super chat. He says, "Can Canelo take the fight now? Bud has a chin." Yeah. I mean, is Canelo going to take the fight? He might take it now. He sees some vulnerabilities, probably. He probably feel that he can capitalize on some things. So he might take it now. Turkey Alashiki, we saw him come up on stage and try to campaign for the fight. You know, said we want Canelo. But I don't know, man. Looking at it, Madrimov was really tough. He was really tough. He was really sturdy. He was really durable. And he had an awkward style to deal with. He gave Crawford his toughest fight, bro. He gave Crawford his toughest fight. That was a style Crawford never seen before. And then gave Bud Crawford definitely his toughest test. Definitely. Salute to he's lucky for the super chat. He says Bud showed how good his chin is. I still got Bud beating Canelo. Madrimov is tougher than the other 154 pounder. Yeah, he is. We just don't know who Madrimov is, bro. The dude is tough. He's good. He's tricky. He probably would have beat anybody else. You know what I'm saying? Them sneaky overhands that just kind of come from nothing. You know, he'll be doing this 1 minute, then boom, just come out of nowhere. You know, it was catching Bud quite a bit. I was hoping Crawford went back orthodox, but maybe it was something he didn't see. No, he didn't feel it to go back orthodox. That would have took away the right hand. But whatever the case, Bud Crawford did look strong at the weight. He wasn't getting bullied or anything like that in a fight. He looked really strong at the weight, but he's in there with tougher dudes now. And Madrimov was a young, tougher fighter. And shit, man, who knows who else this dude could really beat? You know what I'm saying? We don't know because he was in there with the best dude, pound for pound in boxing, Terence Crawford. I bet a smaller guy. So we really we need to see Madrimov in there with some other dudes at 54 that we're familiar with, maybe like a Lupin or somebody like that. If those dudes get in the ring with this guy. You know what I'm saying? Because he was tricky as hell. You said mentally, I think the glove thing messed Bud up. Hey, man, I see you in the building. Yeah, the Bud had to switch gloves and all that. You know what I'm saying? He had to switch gloves. You know what I'm saying? His gloves didn't come in or something. So he was in there with some unfamiliar gloves. You know, that stuff kind of affects these guys. But, you know, he got the job done. He finally goes to decision after years of crushing the opposition. He finally goes to decision against a guy that nobody heard of. This is why I told you guys, man, we can never really truly underestimate these guys. We can never truly there we go. We can never truly underestimate these guys. You know what I'm saying? Israil Madrimov ended up giving Terence Crawford his toughest fight. You cannot tell me it wasn't tougher than Errol Spence. Errol Spence, that was supposed to be his toughest fight on paper. But from what we saw, Israil Madrimov at 154 pounds was Crawford's toughest match. He may have met his limit at 54 pounds. He may have hit his limit. Dude said Madrimov champion. Now, Madrimov know he didn't win that fight. But he put up, hey, look, he got nothing to hold his head down. You know what I'm saying? This dude, Madrimov, gave the pound for pound king his toughest fight of his career. He's the only guy that went decision with the dude. Two Eastern European dudes, the only two dudes that went decision with Bud Crawford. The first one, Victor Postal, back in late 2016, 2017, and Israil Madrimov, Uzbekistan. You know what I'm saying? 2024. The only two dudes that went to decision with Terence Crawford. Both Eastern European guys. So he should hold his head up high. He said Bud is his favorite fighter. You know, he made a really good account of himself. Put up a very, very spirited game, but probably had a lot of Crawford fans on the edge a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He was landing some shots on Bud. Bud showed that he got a fucking chin. You know what I'm saying? So we can kill the narrative that Crawford don't got a chin. He took some shots that I didn't like him taking, but he showed that he had a chin nonetheless by a bigger dude who was whipping them shots. Those are tricky styles, man. Them herky jerk dudes that's just kind of just doing this shit the whole time. He was doing it the whole fight too. He didn't slow down. Salute to Danes for the super chat. He says Bud is a full weight division champ. He can't get hit, have a tough fight. Who else is doing what he's doing? He will beat all the other champions 3-time undisputed. Yeah, man. I mean, nobody else is really doing what Bud is doing. Usually when guys go up in weight, especially that high, they struggle a lot more. We've seen guys like Benavidez go up one time, and I feel like he struggled against Godfrey. You know, he couldn't really put a dent in the guy. You know, didn't put a lump on him. You know, Crawford had Madrimov looking kind of, you know, worse for wear a little bit. You know, the little dude put some lumps on him, so the power is definitely carrying. But Madrimov is definitely a lot more durable than anybody Crawford fought at 47. This man, great night of fights. Great night of boxing. I've been watching boxing for hours. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was a hell of an event Turkey Al-Sheikh put up, bro. Hell of an event. You know, hit that like button for your boy, man. Terence Crawford goes to the decision for the first time in years. There's going to be a lot of talks. Is Bud slipping? Is he losing the edge? Crawford got hit a lot in the fight. You may even hear some whispers that he lost the fight for real. Oh, it wasn't as wide as the judges had it, and stuff like that. You're gonna hear all that, but yeah, man, this shit happens. You know, Crawford had a tough fight against a bigger dude. What a really, man, that was a tough fight. That's not much I could take away from other than it was a really tough fight for him. You know what I'm saying? Erky jerk, tough, bigger. Gave Bud some good work. That don't mean Jerome Boots Ennis is gonna get up in there and do the same thing. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that. That's good. So you're gonna see a lot of that as well. Salute to Big Perm for the super chat. He says Bud didn't really find his rhythm until around the 10th. Plus the layoff hurt. Oh yeah, you're right about that, bro. He really didn't find his rhythm until later in the fight. It took a while for Bud to kind of get dude down. And then once he did, he really was putting the punches together and landing them shots. But by the end, it was kind of too late. You know what I'm saying? You could tell, like, Madrimov was starting to get hit more with the uppercuts. Crawford was countering. He was getting hit himself, but he took them shots very well from the bigger dude. So we can kill that bullshit that Bud got a chinny. He's chinny and all that shit, because he's definitely not chinny at all. Salute to Danes for the super chat. He says, thought the gate and pay-per-view numbers Tim Bradley changed. Yeah, Tim, that event was packed. Soccer stadium. You know what I'm saying? All them fucking people, bro. All them celebrities. It was a crazy event, bro. Hell of an event. And now all these people know who Israil Madrimov is now. Salute D Lucky for the super chat. He says he took hard punches after a layoff. Respected. Yeah, man. Yeah, but I forgot Bud was off for a minute. You know what I'm saying? People forget that he was off for a little while. He was off for a little while. Sometimes all time off is good, but he didn't really get his real rhythm in the fight until like around the 10th round. Until around the 10th round is when he really got his rhythm. And Madrimov was starting to fade, but Madrimov was still in the fight too. He wasn't gonna just lay down. Crawford would have had to stop him for sure. Crawford would have definitely had to stop this dude. He wasn't gonna lay down. 4-division world champ. Took his lumps today, for sure. He went to the distance for the first time in 8 years. This is the first time he went to decision in 8 years. And it's the fighters you don't expect to take the fighters that we adore, the fighters that we, to a decision or arguably beat them. You know what I'm saying? Be the guys like this, man. Look at Ryan Garcia still on the internet talking shit. What a joke. He says Crawford can't beat Canelo. And you can't beat Devin without PEDs. So Crawford got all these accolades at 36 years old. Salute to everybody in the building, man. Hit that like button. Salute to Tommy Refno for the super chat. He says Bud 8-4. The zone bias as fuck. Almost muted it. Madrimov tough though. Canelo fight looked similar, I think. That boy big. Canelo and Madrimov same size. Yeah, the zone was biased as hell. You know what I'm saying? Sean Porter was trying to balance it out, but they was biased as hell, bro. They was pro Madrimov for sure. Almost like Eddie paid them to kind of do that. You know what I'm saying? But Canelo Madrimov is similar, but Canelo don't have the stamina that Madrimov has. Canelo doesn't move around like Madrimov. You know what I'm saying? We got to remember, Madrimov is still more of a fresher fighter than Canelo Alvarez. Canelo Alvarez is one would say he's falling down the hill a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Even though I think even in a Crawford fight, I still think, you know, Crawford will have to really, really work for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because Canelo got good upper body movement. He got good counterpunching ability. And he's cracking real hard. So Crawford had to be extremely careful. Not to mention 154 pounds seemed like it was a lot for him. I think 168 pounds would be even more for him. And he probably walk around damn near close to 168 pounds. So he will have to fight a totally different fight against Canelo. It won't be none of that macho tough stuff. It will have to be him on the back foot a lot, popping that hard jab out, and really winning a boxing match, a decision. I don't really see him standing there trying to go both blow for blow with an iron chin Canelo. Canelo got an iron chin. Madrimov, we didn't really know how tough he really was. And we see tonight, hey, he's really tough. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. It was a really good night of fights, man. Crawford had his toughest fight. This is what happens. You said, does this saying change your mind about moving to 68? Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does, man. Yeah, it does. You'll have to fight the perfect fight against Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Madrimov is just so different, though. You know what I'm saying? Madrimov, Canelo's not doing what Madrimov is doing. And Canelo fights in spots. You know, while they have the similar, kind of somewhat similar stature, Canelo is not as mobile. He's not as active, you know, especially nowadays. So Crawford still can beat the dude, but it's a lot tougher than I thought. It'll be a lot tougher than I thought just because of the size difference. You know what I'm saying? But plus Crawford needs to stay active. If he go for hop on Canelo, he needs to go ahead and do it now. You know what I'm saying? Hop on there and while he just got a fight up under him. You know what I'm saying? And do it now. You don't need to be taking no time off like that no more either. Salute to Jay Breezy for the super chat. He says, boy fought a champion, no tune-ups, first fight at 54 from 35. People still sleep on 29-year-old baby GGG. Yeah, oh yeah, dude is 29. He young, bro. He's a young guy. Crawford hop up and wait and fight champs, bro. You know what I'm saying? He hop up and wait and fighting champions. And that's what you get. You know what I'm saying? Dude fought like a champion. Madrimov did come in there and lay down. None of that. You said, why don't Canelo fight Benavidez first since he took the big fight? Yeah, he ain't going to fight him, and Benavidez ain't going to fight Morrell. Benavidez and Morrell both will struggle at 75 right now. You know what I'm saying? They both will struggle up there. Can't just move up and wait like that, man. What's up, bud? Go stop Canelo. I'll see you in the building. GK Black, salute. Salute to Trill Hill for the super chat. He says, Bud got hit with one shot and his eye was swollen. 154 is his limit. I want to see Charlo or Boots, then retire F Canelo. Yeah, man, Canelo might be too much, bro. He might be too much. He might be too much. Yeah, Eddie Hearn was pissed at the end. Bud could beat Charlo, and you know he'll wash Boots, but Canelo, That's a tricky one, bro. And then it'll be hard to not only that, it'll be hard to beat Canelo. It'll be hard to beat Canelo with a decision. It'll be hard to beat him. See, Bud took some good shots from this guy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to look. Ryan says I'm sober. Crawford is a bitch. This is what Ryan Garcia just said. Whatever, man. The dude's a joke. What Loma doing? Loma
why you don't want to fight me? Let's go right now. Let's go. Come on here. Let's go.
Wow. Shakur and Lomachenko roll up on each other. Hold on, let me move this out the screen. They roll up on each other at the fight. And Lomachenko got all the smoke for him. He said, let's do it right now.
In there, nigga. In there. Me and you. Why you don't want to fight me? Let's go right now. Let's go. Come on here. Let's go.
That happened at the fights. Well, here goes another angle. He said, stop hiding behind Bob. Chico got a lot of smoke right now. Hey, look, this is what Ryan said again. Ryan says, F you, bitch ass Crawford. Fight someone. Stop stealing money from boxing. You bring nothing to boxing. Ryan Garcia is an absolute clown. I'm tired. You can't go on Twitter without seeing this dude because he's doing this because Crawford's trending right now in the sport. So he's gonna say stuff just to gather attention because he's becoming irrelevant. So this is what he's doing right now. Hey, look. He don't look like a man that was robbed. Look at him. He know he lost. Beat up and shit. He got beat up by the little dude, man.
Benoit Rosell scores at 115, 113. And Steve.
Wait, hold on. What's this?
World champion after this win, always Madrimov, but you had to work for it in the ring tonight. How do you think the fight played out?
First and foremost, I like to thank God for us to come and fight. This guy is big. You know, in the amateurs, he fought at a higher weight than he is now, and he was very competitive. So I understand, you know, he's strong. I ain't gonna lie, he's strong.
You know,
that's what Bud had to say. He said he's strong, man. He's strong. Dude was a bigger dude than what he fought in the amateurs. And he coming down to fight at 54 pounds. Bud kind of meeting the guy in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ryan Garcia is a joke, man. He's a joke. He just is really clout chasing because, you know, he's irrelevant in boxing. Crawford's relevant. What's this? Devin Haney just got booed walking into the Crawford fight. Why they booing Devin? Yeah, man. So it's gonna be a lot of stuff to talk about after this. A lot to take away from it. It's still fresh. It's late. They got us up late tonight. You know what I'm saying? Y'all hit that like button for your boy. You say you still got Bud stopping Canelo. He's nowhere near as tricky as Madrimov. No, he's not. He's nowhere near as tricky. He's a bigger guy, but he's nowhere near as tricky. Madrimov is tricky. So he only did Crawford had to deal with the size advantage of this dude, but he had to deal with the trickiness. He was tricky, man. He was tricky the whole time. Didn't stop. moving around, didn't stop doing any of that. And he was throwing punches from just he really wasn't telegraphing punches. Crawford kind of took away dude's jab, but he kind of made up for it with his awkwardness. You said why Bud wear Grant gloves? Because they took because his other gloves didn't come in or some shit. His Everlast. So he had to wear some substitutes. Yeah, Styles make fights, man. Y'all hit that like button for boy. Styles make fights, man. There's gonna be a lot of people saying Canelo Crawford can't beat Canelo, and all that stuff now. But I still say Styles make fights. Madrimov has a very awkward style. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Bud original gloves busted on the pads. Something like that. Yeah, he hasn't gone the distance since 2016. Long time. A long time. You said Canelo's a one-trick pony at this point. He is. He's nowhere near as tricky as Madrimov, but he do got a lot of experience and really good counterpunching ability. He's fighting Berlanga, so that's what Canelo's giving us. Hold up, man. Let me see. Yeah, Andy Damone Daniels, salute to you, bro. For the super chat, he says, I wish Black Fire stop using the N-word. Yeah, man. Yeah, Shakur, what Big Baby Anderson was saying that after his loss, dude looked around like, oh shit, what else? Shakur be saying that shit all the time. Big Baby Anderson was talking crazy after his fight. You know, he was talking crazy. He got beat up by that dude, man. He bit off more than he could chew against Bacalo, whatever his name is. Dude's a monster, bro. He's a monster. You said Grant aren't puncher's gloves. Hey, that could have made a difference. Crawford don't wear those. You know what I'm saying? He don't necessarily wear the Grant gloves. I mean, it's a little few things that could have, played into it, but we not going to come up with no excuses or nothing. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. He got through a fight. It was a tough fight, tough opponent. Dude came to win. He didn't come to lay down, but Bud got the job done nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean Ryan Ennings to go up in there and do what Madrimov did. Because let's be honest, we don't know much about Madrimov too. There's not as much footage out there on Madrimov as there is on anybody else like that. So we really didn't know what to expect. We didn't know if he was going to be able to deal with Crawford's punches or anything, and vice versa. So yeah, we learned a lot about both fighters tonight. We learned that Crawford really do have a chin, so we can kill the narrative or the myth that he don't got a chin, that he's chinny. I haven't heard nobody say that in a while anyway, but. They put up a nice event for Terence Crawford, man. A really nice event. They put a lot of money into the show with the fireworks, all the celebrities that came out. You know what I'm saying? Eminem's crazy. I mean, Eminem's performance was unnecessary in my opinion, but I get it. You know what I'm saying? It was an event for the people that was there. It would have been a hell of a show. You definitely would have got your money's worth if you was in the building. You know what I'm saying? And this is what boxing is about. You know what I'm saying? It makes your average top rank PBC or average regular car look like, oh shit, man, what have they been doing this whole time? Hey, you said Bud did come in there cold. He was cold. He was dry as hell. He didn't come in there warmed up or nothing. No, he didn't come in there warmed up or nothing. You said fanboy said Spence wins a rematch. How? You said the concert was high. Salute you, Chastity Thomas. You said I was in the building. You said bring on Charlo. Yeah, Charlo, he gets knocked out. Way more predictable fighter than Madrimov. Way more predictable. Salute to Jay Breezy for the super chat. He says Bud has a chin, though. Yeah, he got a chin. He proved tonight that he has a chin. He moved up in weight. He didn't get bullied. Oh, you was there, Karate Buddy? It was lit? Yeah, it looked like it was lit, man. You said the illegal won a car. Yeah, dude, he got a nice ass Lucid or whatever that is. That's some type of futuristic car, man. He got that shit for free for no reason, just for being there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Well, that'd be crazy. Just go to a box event. Next thing you know, you come home with a brand new car that nobody got. Like, it's not even that many of them made like that yet. Nah, Charlo get beat by Madrimov. Charlo get beat by Madrimov, especially Charlo now. You know what I'm saying? Charlo now. Maybe Charlo some years ago, but not the Charlo that lost that hunger. Nah. You say he should have came out to Kendrick though. Yeah, I agree with that. Eminem was, I don't know, man. Eminem just, I don't know, bro. His shit ain't nothing to get really hype about. Now, Israil's probably one of the more awkward fighters out there right now, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's constantly you just don't know what he's gonna do the whole time. You just don't know. He even gave Bud Bud had a hard time figuring this guy out. He started to figure out towards late in the fight, but dude was tricky as hell, man. Really tricky. Bud got hit quite a bit. Madrimov didn't have a jab, but it's because Bud took it away early. But overall, man, really, really good night of events. El Rayo outboxed the Pit Bull. You know what I'm saying? El Rayo got the job done against the Pit Bull. Wow, that was astounding. You know what I'm saying? And he outboxed. He looked like El Mayweather in there. He had the Pit Bull looking crazy. Beat him. That was it was a great night of fights, man. Jarrell Big Baby Miller. I felt that he won that fight against Andy Ruiz. Andy Ruiz, man, he got a lot of work to do. I feel like Big Baby Miller won that fight. He fought a really good fight, and he really used a good game plan for his size and everything. He did a good job in that fight, and he actually won some fans. Big Baby Miller, people was actually cheering for Big Baby Miller. So yeah, this may be a new beginnings for Big Baby Miller, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, we remember the story, what happened to him, and all the shit that's been going on with that dude, but he's still here. So let's see what happens. I think Andy Cruz still needs some work. As a professional, I think if he fought Keyshawn, he'll probably lose against Keyshawn in the pro ranks. That's just my opinion. But that's still yet to be seen. Who else fought? Oh, Dave Morrell fought on the card. He started off good, 175 pounds, fought against Hot Rod. Hot Rod looked really good, fought a great game plan, and really gave Dave Morrell his toughest fight tonight. A lot of these guys tonight had some of their toughest fights tonight. Big Baby Miller, of course. I mean, Big Baby Anderson, the real Big Baby, of course. Got smoked by Bacoli. You know, he fought very well though. He showed a lot of heart, a lot of grit. He looked actually really good in the fight, but he was just in there with such a bigger dude. And the bigger dude, strange enough, the bigger dude knew how to punch. He threw a lot of punches. He was quicker than what you think he would be too. That big guy, Bacoli. He was a lot quicker. He could really put some punches together, and he punching really fucking hard. So that's crazy, man. Big Baby Anderson, I would say he sold out early for the bag. Because that wasn't a fight he really wasn't supposed to take right now. But nobody else wanted to fight the guy. Turkey called him up. He said, look, man, I put this money in front of you. Big Baby took it. Top ranking him, probably pissed that he did that shit. You said Eminem washed up. Yeah, Pitbull lost, so he's off the square now. So there's no other options for Tank but Shakur. Yeah, Madrimov is tough, man. I don't know if he's going to get any fights. Yeah, y'all hit that like button for your boy, man. I don't know. So we gotta let things digest, and everything's still fresh. They got us up real late tonight. I gotta remember them West Coast fights, man. They tend to have you up well past the midnight. Yeah, Bacoli is like the modern day George Foreman. You know what I'm saying? Except he's bigger and he's darker. You know what I'm saying? He's like that type of guy. He's like a mummy. You can't really hurt him. He can really put some shit together and hurt you. You know what I'm saying? That dude's gonna be dangerous. He kind of came out of nowhere for me too. I don't know where this guy come from, Bacoli. What was he at when the Bronze Bomber was crushing everybody? You said Madrimov might be the next Canelo. Oh my goodness. I don't know about that one. Madrimov don't fight like Canelo. Canelo don't move around nearly as much as this dude. And he don't got the footwork like Madrimov. Madrimov has some good footwork too. Yeah, Bacoli cracking too hard, bro. Big Baby Anderson showed a lot of resilience, though. He got up. He kept getting up, man. He damn near got knocked out of the ring quite a few times. Quite a few times he almost got knocked out of the ring. But yeah, man. You said you thought Crawford couldn't sell. Oh, yeah, that was a myth. He just needs the right people to put some believe in him and put some money behind him. And that's what Turkey's doing. I think, but my verdict on the fight is that Crawford, I wouldn't say he lost anything or nothing like that, like he's slipping or nothing like that. I think that he needs to stay active. I think that he needs to, keep just doing what he's doing. Just stay active, really. You know what I'm saying? I think the activity kind of threw him off. Maybe the gloves situation threw him off. Grant gloves isn't a puncher glove. He usually wears, I think he wears the Everlast MX or something like that. Everlast, some puncher's gloves he be wearing. But nonetheless, he went to a decision against a really game tough opponent. Gave Bud Crawford his toughest fight, man. You never know who will give you your toughest night. Here's Madrimov, I would say, gave Terence Crawford his toughest night. Definitely his toughest fight we've seen in the past, how many years? Since 2016? For sure. So, yeah, man, you never know. But on to the next one, you know. Is it going to be Boots? Is it going to be Canelo? I don't know. We're going to see how it looks against Berlanga. He got to deal with Berlanga first. You know what I'm saying? A very unnecessary fight, but it's necessary for Canelo. For whatever reason, he's fighting Berlanga. So, Boots Ennis. That doesn't, just because Crawford had a tough night with a Madrimov, don't mean Boots go up in there and do what Madrimov did. That's just not going to happen. I think Madrimov is a bigger, tougher, more durable guy than Dry Ennis. Yeah, but Bud at 68 is something that we're going to really have to talk about. You said, I don't think Boots could beat Madrimov. Madrimov would be tough for anybody, bro. He'll be tough for anybody. I think he'll be tough for anybody. But yeah, you guys, that's the video. Terence Bud Crawford gets the job done once again. Becomes a champion in the 4th weight class, WBO junior middleweight champion. And hopefully, I don't know what's next. You know, maybe he's going to try to unify the division, or maybe he's going to go after the big fight with Canelo still. I think a lot of people really is going to doubt that he stands a chance now. And that's going to really increase the fire even more for him. So we're going to see, man. We're going to see what happens. Maybe this entices Canelo as well. You see that Crawford shows some vulnerabilities against the guy in a bigger weight class. Maybe he'll feel that Crawford reached this limit as far as moving up in weights, and that if he moved up to 68, then he would have really maxed out against him. So, yeah, Canelo Alvarez may really take the fight now. You know, Crawford, a guy like Crawford is up his alley, smaller, older guy. But I don't know if Crawford should necessarily take the fight. I got to think on it for a while now after after what I saw tonight. Got to really think on it. I do still think styles make fights, and Crawford has a really good style for Canelo. But however, Canelo has a lot of experience and really good counterpunching ability. So I don't know, it's a different fight than Madrimov, but Madrimov made a really good account of himself. If you didn't know who he was, you know now. Gave the pound for pound king arguably his toughest night, man. Great night of boxing. Salute to everybody in the building that you guys were stopping in. Terence Bud Crawford does it again. Much love to all you guys. I love you, Mom. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.